Hello, everyone. It's MidnightReala here, reporting back for probably the first time in 2 years. And we're going to be doing a bit of an unconventional style video today to start us off. Recently I cleared out a lot of my subscription feed. I was subscribed to about 1,000 channels a couple days ago, and I kind of went through all of them and cherry picked the ones that I like and would like to see content from in the future. So I've narrowed it down to about 335 candidates of just channels that I want to see content of. And I thought it'd be an interesting idea to go ahead and give my recommendations and just kind of my general opinions on channels and what I like to see in terms of YouTube content. YouTube content has kind of been a bit of a pet love for me. I think that over the years, I've actually consumed more YouTube content than I have both playing video games and spent time watching anime combined. So I kind of got self-conscious about that a bit, but at the end of the day, it's not too big of a deal. It's still content and media, and I think that YouTube is a very good media platform for those looking to consume the type of media that I do. So without further ado, let's just get started. I have this little document up in the side. This is going to be the recommendations that I like to give the most, but that doesn't necessarily mean that any of the other channels are bad. I just have a couple. I'm going to have some required viewings for those of you who kind of want to understand the content I want to make in the future and also understand the content that I particularly like to consume. So I think that this kind of document will be it's kind of helpful for those of you looking to get a further contextualization of who I want to be as a creator. So this is going to be linked in the description. It's going to be Reala's super fun, awesome recommendation document, and I'll have all my highest recommendations in there. We're going to start off with one of them, Abroad in Japan. So Abroad in Japan is a video series of this one European guy going to all different places in Japan, doing all this cool shit in Japan. And it's masterfully well produced. It's very high production value, very tight shots. And alongside this, this guy is very personable, very engaging. So overall, I just give his whole entire channel a recommendation. He's always doing cool stuff. You always get to see more of the culture in Japan, and it's a bit more applicable to me since I'm going to be studying abroad, hopefully my sophomore year of college, since I'll be an international business major. But regardless, it still holds value to everyone because I'm sure everyone, loves Japan and wants to learn a bit more about it. And this is a very digestible way to learn more about Japan without having to read or without having to do any type of intense research. This host, I'm not quite sure what his name is, but this host is really good at doing such. Let's see if we have his name. His name is Chris. All right. Chris as the host. Very much recommended. So I'm going to do a list of must-watch channels, and then for further down here we'll do must-watch videos. So I'm just gonna put his entire channel in the must-watch category. There isn't anything specific from him that stands out to me as oh, you need to watch this specific video from him, but they're all pretty good. His 6 things not to worry about, I think it's his most popular video. It's 12 things not to do in Japan. This is a pretty fun video, but of course basically everything on his channel is going to be fun, so that's that. Adresaurus. So Adresaurus is a vocal channel. She does covers from all different types of media. You can see it from anime, games. And particularly what's special to me is that she does covers of songs from video games that do not have lyrics beforehand and then adds lyrics on top of them. So she did Courtroom Revolutionaire from Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Just basically any of our Ace Attorney covers are awesome. See if I can play one real quick. So these lyrics are all created by her, I'm pretty sure, and I don't know, they're just very special to me because it does a lot of contextualization into some of our favorite characters. So Apollo's Justice Theme, Courtroom Revolutionaire, it's all good stuff. Let's move on. I have no idea who this channel is. Oh, AE Double. So from what I understand, I honestly don't even remember subscribing to this channel. I thought, From what I see, oh, they did the Sonic Generations in Brief video. That's why I subscribed to them. Yeah, this video is hilarious. They just do like a bunch of like random derpy Sonic animations that are just like, yeah, it's like obviously supposed to be derpy. Like it's kind of like lolcow meme content, which, you know, I can appreciate. That's what the Sonic community is mostly known for, so I can get behind this. AE Double, you know, just go ahead and check them out. Ahoy. So Ahoy is everything right with the YouTube website. I haven't seen too much from him, mainly because I don't really give a two shits about guns, and he does a lot of them. But his channel is brilliant. Particularly these 3 videos. He was on a roll about a year ago, or I guess 11 months to a year ago, where he just like produced like 3 videos that were just really, really good. Like this Polybius, the video game that doesn't exist documentary, is an example of why YouTube content needs to exist. The way that he portrays his elements, and like, it's just so well edited. I feel like it's just a really good example of what YouTube content is capable of doing. And I think that, you know, the best YouTube content is YouTube content that can only especially exist on YouTube. And this is going to be a point that I'm going to be talking about for many other channels down the list, where I like their content not especially just because it's well done, not because it's well produced, but because it's content that can specifically only really exist on YouTube and find its foothold on YouTube. So I'm going to recommend the whole entire Ahoy channel. Here, I can do Friend Japan. I'm going to recommend the whole entire Ahoy channel just because everything that he does is pretty brilliant, and I'm sure that the gun videos are something that appeals to people, not particularly me, but I'm sure that some people will enjoy that type of content as well. So no harm or foul in that. Okay, previous the game that never existed, that's required content. Airy anime reviews. So this is my buddy Terry that I've met on Twitter probably a couple years ago. I think it was like summer 2016, so it's been around 3 years at this point. He's kind of a hot takes guy. He just does random hot takes on the internet, but his voice is awesome. His videos are kind of like unscripted from what I could tell, and he doesn't really upload too much anymore. But I mean, if you're listening to this, Terry, I'm giving you a shout out here. Good shit. I hope you're doing okay. It's been a while since I've last interacted with you, but as far as I can tell, you're still on Instagram and you're alive and well. So what else could I ask for? Akane Sasusora is probably one of my favorite Utaite vocalist people on YouTube. So for those of you who don't know, Utaites are just people that sing random anime shit online. And like that's a very desirable type of content that you can watch on YouTube. It's awesome. People like translate lyrics from Japanese to English. Specifically notable from this channel is his cover of Kimi no Shiranai Monogatari. It's very emotionally taxing, to say the least. His lyrics are very special to him, and he recorded the song a couple days before Valentine's Day that year, right when he got out of a relationship. So I don't really know personally too much about what that relationship entailed. I like figured that out just by reading the description. But his delivery is very emotional because, I mean, the feelings were raw after like riding off the coattails of that relationship. So the Kimi no Shiranai Monogatari is awesome. He did Zen Zen Zens, which this might just be my bias for ride wimps in general, but like any cover of Zen Zen Zens like immediately makes my heart go doki doki. So I mean, just great stuff overall. His voice is awesome, and his range is pretty good. So I don't know what else to say. Like, do it. Alexander is a bit of a more controversial figure in the anime analysis community, but I think his stuff's pretty good. Like, his writing is way better, far better than the editing that he does. And a lot of times his scripts can be kind of waffly, like they don't really go anywhere. It's just kind of like, here's a point about a show, here's another point about a show. This point connects to this point because it's executed well. And it's like, come on, man. Can you like at least give me something a bit more dense to really digest here? But I follow him because he's an anime analysis channel that isn't exactly shit tier. Like, I think he's solid, but like, again, a lot of my taste in YouTube content comes from YouTube content that can only be done as YouTube videos. And this stuff is literally just like a collegiate level essay written, and then he just like voices over it, and like he has like the most boring editing possible. He just like takes clips from the show and just like pans them out for a couple minutes each or for 30 seconds each and skips to another clip of the show. And like, granted, it's still like the things on screen are related to the things that he's talking about, but like, if I want to see clips from a show, I'm just going to watch the show, right? Because you get the full entire context of what you're actually watching. And this content, it's going to be him just reading an essay. So he's like, Gurren Lagann is pretty good because Kamina sets the tone for the early it's like, he doesn't actually sound like that, but like, you see like Kamina doing a bunch of cool shit, right? You see Kamina doing a bunch of awesome shit, like in the footage, and you just hear like a somewhat jaded narrator talking about how cool Kamina is, and it's like, yeah, I can see on the screen, I can see from watching the show how cool Kamina is, and I don't think that that's like especially great when your YouTube video has to explain something that someone watching the show can just easily feel. So I mean, that's Alexander. He's pretty good, but like not something that I would particularly really appreciate. Alex C&D is known for waiting in the Nintendo Switch line for so long, and he just does like random Nintendo videos. It's like wholesome content. He's pretty young, and I don't know, like his enthusiasm for just all things Nintendo is admirable, and he does the content, right? It's just like something where it's like, it's a rainy day, you're bored, you just watch some C&D videos because I mean, it's clear that he puts a lot of effort into them, and it's kind of hard to hate this kid. Alex Cecile is a bit of a meme content creator. I play like all different types of card games, whether it be digital or physical. And he just like makes like random like meme mashups. This one's particularly funny because like his song choices, he does like a Russian, he like mashes together well, it's not like a mashup, it's just like a playlist of 4 like separate songs. But like the track list includes like a Russian style like cover of It's My Life by Bon Jovi, includes the Space Jam theme song, the Bachelor Party's Kappa Kappa, like obviously like not based on the Kappa emote, but like popularized because the Kappa emote is a thing, and Darude Sandstorm by DJ Detweiler, which is just like some random recorder like doing the Darude Sandstorm theme. So you just hear like a recorder, like one of those white like stick things that you played in elementary school. You just hear one of those in the background. I recommend this video. I'm not going to put it in like the must watch videos tab because it's not actually like something I actually recommend. It's just more of a meme to me. Elena, who is this person? Well, she's another Utaite, obviously, but a lot of times with channels like these, I like see one thing that I really like from them, and then I subscribe to them because of it. So let me check. Oh, it's this thing. Oh, yeah, I remember this girl now. Okay, so she sang Bios Delta from Guilty Crown. And what's interesting is that this girl is actually German. So her pronunciation of like the German lyrics in Bios Delta is like leaps and bounds above any other like English speaker or Japanese singer that tried to sing Bios Delta. So I mean, this alone, this cover is probably the best cover of Bios Delta on YouTube, or just like any type of Bios from Guilty Crown, which is, it's a shame though that she only has 700 views because her pronunciation is a lot better, but that's it. Alice Murgatroyd, I don't really know too much. I just know it's a bunch of like cool Japanese like anime weeb shit music. I actually haven't listened to any of it, but I've been subscribed to this channel for the longest time, like promising myself I'll actually go through and listen to it one day. Because I mean, like, look at these titles, look at these thumbnails. It's gonna be good shit. But I've actually never done that. On the Vanguard, I'm not too much of a Vanguard guy anymore, so I'm actually going to unsubscribe from this channel. Alpha Investments. So Alpha Investments is another card game type channel, but he's interesting for the fact that you get to see more of the card game community from outside just playing the game. So he's an investor. He also has his own store, and again, it gives you more of an inside look at what it's like to own and run a Magic store. So he just like, he's a funny guy. He's really strange, but I think that propels his videos to be something a bit more special than just any other type of investor. Because if it was just like a regular guy talking about his investments and talking about how much money he makes, like that's something. But since this guy does it in such a way that's funny and like with personality, it makes it something that's less of a flex and more of something that's just endearing. Just a guy that obviously really likes Magic and found a way to make a living off of like his Magic purchases, and that's like really admirable. Like you don't really see this type of personality attached to someone that just gets pretty rich from investing in collectibles. So Alpha Investments, I really recommend. Alpha Omega Sin, unfortunately, doesn't really make videos anymore, but back when I was like really looking into video game news and just really into video games in general, I still am, but I'm not like, I don't keep up with the news. I just play old games that I know I'm going to enjoy, and like this guy was the person that I looked towards to get my information, because his opinions were like, you could get behind a lot of his opinions, and even when you disagree with him, it's just like, oh, whatever, it's just a bad video. We'll move on from here. I checked his Twitter the other day. He's still alive and well, which is good news. I guess he just kind of fell out of maybe video games, or just like fell out of dealing with people with bad opinions. I don't really know what the explanation is, but if one day he ever comes back to give us more gaming news, I will stop watching Review Tech USA and move back over to Alpha Omega Sin. I think those are probably the only channels we really need to worry about here. Answer Girl 95, she made this one like when I'm bored meme like from forever ago. Let's see if I can find it. I'm pretty sure you guys know which one it is. The drop it. That one. Yeah, this one. 21 million views. It's like a meme. It's like Yoko from Gurren Lagann doing a bunch of dance moves. That's the only reason I'm subscribed to her, so. Yep, nice meme. Anime Macquarie is a White Shores channel, so White Shores is another one of those trading card games that I play. It's currently my main trading card game. I have around like 12 to 15 decks, and I have a local community over here in Raleigh, North Carolina, where I can actually play with and interact with on a weekly basis. This is a very high production value channel where it's like sets the tone for like what your match video should be when you're dealing with a physical card game. Because like look at this, like the representation of the decks in the tournament like flash on the screen. And whenever like at the start of the match, like to understand like what's in both players' decks before you even start the game, they just like flash the deck list on screen whenever they hit the certain level in the game. So I mean, it's just really informative content, and it's like with a card game like this where there's so many things going on, you need like content to be streamlined in this way to fully like contextualize like the game state that you're in. So I mean, this is like top tier White Shores content, but it's not top tier like YouTube content in general, so I'm going to skip this on here. Alongside that, the issue here is that they haven't uploaded in a long ass time. So Animens is a YouTube sheet music type of guy. He's known for like adding a bunch of random like weird riffs into songs that don't really have them, so he just like adds a bunch of notes just to flex, I guess. And like a lot of people don't really like that about him, but I mean, he's clearly very talented, and I'm pretty sure he posts all of his sheet music, so for people that are looking to actually like play these anime songs on the computer, this is like probably one of the best sources that you can get the information from. This guy is pretty good. Like there's not much to not like about him. So Antude, I used to be a huge fan of, but nowadays I've just kind of gotten tired of like the generic gaming review content. I feel like it's hard to watch videos that are just about a specific video game. It's like, oh cool, here's a review about Pikmin 3. Pikmin 3 sure is a good game, and here's why. And it's like some random like weird jokes in there as well. Like I've fallen out of love with this type of gaming content, because I feel like you need to, like, first of all, the jokes aren't funny at all. Like a lot of the jokes are just like some random like plush toy that like takes over his house. Like I'm not sure if all these are like specific to Antu, but just like the genre in general, it's like some weird like plush toy trying to take over the world, or like the jokes just really do suck, and like the analytical points aren't anything that you just like can't tell just by looking at the gameplay or playing the game yourself. So I'm looking to kind of stray away from that when I do like review content. I'm going to do like more like general industry stuff. Like one review that I currently have in the works is the heart and soul of a good remake, talking about like what a remake needs to do in order to be considered a good remake. Because the thing is that most remakes are good games because the game that they remade was a good game. But not all good games are good remakes, because you need to get like a few very imperative elements right to like achieve the vision of what I call a good remake. So that's what I kind of do, but enough about my content. We're talking about Antude. It's just very generic. I can't really say that I like it too much anymore. I did at one point, but I think his demographic is clearly like young teenagers, like how old I was at the time when I watched his stuff. Like 2013 was about when I watched his stuff. And I'm sure it's only been getting better, but at the same time, it's like, it just feels like it's stagnating to me. It seems like his whole entire channel is just stagnating. So, I mean, I'm still subscribed to him because I'm sure that I'll watch it once in a blue moon when it's raining outside and I have nothing else to do. Anything for reviews, this guy's funny. I used to watch his Twitch stream, but then he got banned from Twitch. I listened to it on Baited. I actually haven't seen any of his YouTube content, so I can't really speak too much when it comes to that. But, I mean, Chad's a funny guy. He makes a lot of fat jokes. Like, what's not to like about him? He likes alcohol. Nice. Panda. So, my buddy Landon actually first recommended this guy to me. He's like some like meme YouTuber, and he just like puts a bunch of like irreverent anime memes and GIFs into his videos. And they're all pretty short too, and they just like write about random topics, like the Hentai Haven video. Let's see, I think I watched another one. Anime Dorky BF. I think there's one more. But yeah, it's just like a bunch of irreverent anime memes, and they're funny just because they're kind of strange. Like, the guy is clearly just like a 4chaner, and he's like making YouTube videos. They're entertaining, and they don't take too long to get through. Ash Vampire is a somewhat new anime analysis channel that I met through Digibro's patron server. I've only seen one video from him, the Canon vs. Clannad managing the Deus Ex, which is a fantastic video for explaining why Deus Ex Machinas are not actually a bad thing when it comes to media. Like, they're most commonly a bad thing because a lot of times they're just kind of like ass pulls by the writers that say, okay, you know, Zeus sweeps by the sky to take everyone away or whatever. Like, but in key visual arts novels and anime specifically, Deus Ex Machinas are used plentifully. And I feel like this video, it's very spoiler heavy, so don't watch it if you haven't seen Clannad and Canon, but it's very good, and it honestly surprised me for this channel to be so good for how little subscribers he has. Like, his editing, I mean, his editing is his weakest part, so I don't know, I'm bringing that up first, but his editing could use some work, but his delivery and voice and scripting is all very good, and for someone so small, you guys should definitely give him a check out if you're interested in anime analysis. So Ashens, who isn't subscribed to Ashens, he is the toy review guy. He's kind of been stuck doing the same thing for such a long time, so I mean, I wouldn't continually watch him. Like, he's clearly just doing the same stuff, but his Loot Crate videos are funny because he's like one of the only people on YouTube that actually gives honest reviews of Loot Crates, like making fun of the pointless shit that they give in the Loot Crate. I'm not sure if he's still getting them. Let's see. I don't think he is. Yeah, it's been like, I looked through 3 months and there's no Loot Crate videos, and they come out monthly. But I mean, when he did the Loot Crate videos, they were funny because he just like made fun of the Loot Crate, and he did get free product every month, but it wasn't like so flagrant in the way that other YouTubers do, where they're just like, oh, go check out this subscription service, like, it's definitely pretty good, you know. But like, it's obviously not, because they send you like random shit. Like, I remember one of the fucking jokes in his video was like, a rubber fucking crown. And it's funny because like in one of the Loot Crate videos, they actually just send him a rubber crown. And it's like, that costs like pennies to the company actually bringing them out. So yeah, his Loot Crate videos are funny. He does like random like technology and like random like toy shit. Like, I don't know, it's funny. He's very British, so I'm sure people like that. Atlas is maker of some pretty good music. Pretty good music. I'm not too familiar with their whole entire discography, but they made Such Nice Sounds, which is a 1 minute song that means a lot to me whenever I am feeling down. I just listen to Such Nice Sounds. It's very therapeutic in a way, and it almost brings me to tears every single time. And I mean, if a song is able to do that, if a 1 minute song is able to do that, I'm willing to say that this creator is pretty good. Yeah. Baited podcast. There is so much to say. I feel like I didn't even wrap up this whole entire Atlas thing, so I'll go back. Broken Barons is such a weird experimental song I listen to. It's like, what the hell am I listening to? But overall, like, their stuff is just really, like, solid. And it's clear that they know how to play the guitar. It's clear that they know how to mix stuff. Just a lot of stuff. And a lot of people online like Atlas. They speak out. We like Atlas. So, there you go. That's finally my my updated list. The Baited podcast is probably one of my favorite podcasts online. So, I used to follow the YouTube drama scene back in around 2016 when it was actually interesting and not just like Jake Paul and Logan Paul shit all the time. So like the whole entire like Leafy grade A under A thing that people remember and look fondly, that people finally look back on, which is funny because it was actually an interesting time of YouTube because we had like this clear like clash of like different types of YouTubers and the content they try to make. Like it was a really cool time in YouTube. But nowadays, if you want to keep up with like the latest like actually big drama, you just go on Baited, even though they aren't that active. Like they do it in such a concise way, and like the co-hosts are so obviously angry at each other that it's funny to just watch them bicker all the time. It consists of Daniel Keem, Killer Keemstar, Chad Anything for Views, who I actually looked at earlier, and Colossal's Crazy Clown, who is ostensibly the best commentator on the website, but I'm not quite sure if that's actually true. I think he just gets a lot of praise because his videos are so few and far in between. And I mean, they're good, don't get me wrong, but I'm sure like that his videos have a lot of faults. Like he overuses like the fat jokes way too much, and like he makes that part of his channel, and like sure, like they're funny, but I feel like he uses them way too much. And this is coming from like someone who is fat and does like fat jokes. Like I think fat jokes are fucking hilarious, but the second you see him making a fat joke for like the 16th time, like it's obvious that he's just like making like some random like fat shaming shit, and it's like, okay, clown, like you do you, I guess, but like you're kind of wasting my time with like this fat joke where I obviously know what you're going to say. It's just like, oh, he's so fucking fat, he fucking eats like a fucking pig, and he's fucking gaining pounds by the second. And it's like, dude, shut up. Like I understand how eating food works, like but yeah, we'll get into Colossal's Crazy more when I actually get to Colossal's Crazy. I might just skip over him. That's basically all I have to say about his channel. Baka Shift was an old anime reviewer, more of a traditional type of reviewer that just went show by show talking about what he thought. He's currently on a permanent hiatus, so I can't really give much recommendations or kind of like my thought process behind subscribing, but I mean, he's there. He did some pretty okay stuff for the time. I'm sure if I looked back at it today, it's not really something that I would be interested in, but I mean, he did anime stuff, and he's a funny guy. He's a likable personality, so not too much to talk about there. Beard Collectibles is my personal trading card game store in Orlando, Florida, so I'm just subscribed to Alec and Beard Collectibles. Shout out to you guys. Ben Saint is a member of probably my favorite podcast called The Procrastinators. I can't really say much for him when it comes to like his personal work. I've seen some of his poo videos. And these videos are freaking great. Like, he just goes over new adventures of Winnie the Pooh, like, episode by episode. And it's clearly that he's very invested in Winnie the Pooh because he was a fan of it when he was a kid. Alongside that, PCP University lectures are sometimes hosted on the person who made the lecture. I'll get more into what these type of content are, but some of these videos are gonna go on the must-watch videos list. PCP University lectures are probably some of the best long-form content on the website just due to the nature of them. So I'll explain that more as time goes on, but the poo videos are the main things to take away from Ben Saint, and I mean, it's a personality that you just gotta love. He's kind of a funny, he's a funny guy, and he's currently trying to make a career out of making art, so there's that. Benji has gotten a lot worse over time, but I still think he's fine. He's like some 15-year-old kid that somehow got big making Dr. Phil commentary videos. I watched him around this time, about 1.5 to 2 years ago, where he just made funny Dr. Phil commentaries, and a lot of his jokes are so stupid, but he just keeps on going with them that they eventually work, which is kind of a comedic style that I've adopted over the years, where I just like make a bunch of stupid jokes and then just keep going with them, and then eventually people find them funny. I don't know why I should be revealing my comedic stylings in this video, because people might just take them or know what I'm doing, but recently he started making like some really shitty videos, like these ones. I tried making a girlfriend on Fortnite, and it got like 1 million views. I clearly know why he's making them, because like his audience is probably as old as him, like that being 15, and it's like, it's just really hard to watch. It's like him like flirting with another 15-year-old girl for like a 10-minute video, and it's like a weird like Fortnite gameplay video, and it's like, yeah, I get it, dude. Like, I get that you want views. I get that like putting a pretty girl in the thumbnail and like playing Fortnite is how you're going to be able to get the most views possible, you know, like given his demographic, this is the way to cheat the system and just get the most views possible. But it's not like good content. Like his the previous videos I think are a lot more funny and a lot more well done than what he's currently doing, because they're not just like random gameplay videos. They're actually like thought out, like frame by frame type of, okay, here's like a funny thing about this Dr. Phil episode. This one's pretty funny. Dr. Phil shuts down gangster living the thug life. This is probably like my most recommended video. I think I probably like it so much that I'm going to recommend this specific video from Benji, but not the channel as a whole nowadays, because it's fallen in quality pretty much. Dr. Phil shuts down gangster living the thug life. Yeah, this is probably the best Benji video. Like, I don't know why it's like that, but it's like a weird line in the middle of my Google Doc. I'll fix that later. Let's keep on going. Beta 64. So Beta 64 is one of those YouTube channels that just goes over what betas were like for video games. It's cool, like historical type of content, like, oh, this is what a game used to look like, oh, this is what a game used to have, but like overall it's, you know, just more of a simple curiosity type thing, just like, oh, this is cool, this is what a game used to be. Blue Curry is my friend. I've known him for a very long time, and he's making YouTube content. I think he's more of a Twitch streamer nowadays, but he's almost up to the 3K, the big 3K. Only 101 more subscribers to go, so go subscribe to him. He is a gaming YouTuber, and he does some pretty good stuff. Blunty is a tech review guy. I haven't seen too much from him recently, and I'm pretty sure that Linus Tech Tips is just better, but he's cool enough, I guess. Like, I wouldn't recommend him over like Linus Tech Tips, or maybe even like I mean, I think Linus just like does everything. Here's another card game channel, Blue Reboot, probably the best YouTuber for Shadowverse content, just because he's so consistent in pushing them out. It's just another card game that I play. It's like Anime Hearthstone. But yeah, if you're interested in playing Shadowverse, here is the channel, and here's what they do. Bonbon Angel, I have no freaking clue who this is. Again, it's another Utaite, so I'm sure that they did something once that I liked and decided to subscribe because I saw that one thing. But nothing's like standing out too much to me. They did The March Comes In like a lion opening, which I'm a big fan of that show, but I've never seen this, so I can't say I recommend anything from them because I don't remember, but I'm sure there's a reason why I subscribed in the first place, so There you go. Bonsai Pop. So Bonsai Pop is the anime channel of Treesicle. Very normie type of content, but he's still very engaging, and the narrators are clearly invested in what they have written. But it's a lot of times it's very clear that they're just trying to make videos over 10 minutes that will get the most views possible. So again, I wouldn't go out of my way to be like, oh man, I'm going to marathon Bonsai Pop content. But like here, if you want to watch a 15-minute video on Broly from Dragon Ball Super, sure, go ahead. There's a 15-minute on like what Broly is. It's probably like this is the Story They Never Knew series, which is probably just going to be like, oh, here is, here is the story behind Broly, how he became a character, what he's done. So yeah, Bonsai Pop. Booster Box Buster. So I mean, I like random Japanese merchandise and shit. And this is a guy that just unboxes random Japanese merchandise and shit. So, I mean, this is something that basically only I'm into and not other people are into. But, I mean, hey, if you like this kind of stuff, you can just watch random shit. Awesome. Boy in a Band, it's kind of hard to explain his content, but I'm sure you know him from the recent collaboration with PewDiePie and Ruby Official, and even further back, the collaboration with iDubbbz for the Rice Gum diss track. He does a lot of different like cool experimental content, very clearly like Nori Pandering, but not too much of an issue there. His Prince E video was cool. Don't Stay in School is one of his raps. I don't know, he's just like an incredibly talented guy, and you can see that due to the experimental nature of his content, he is always looking for ways to improve and always looking for just cool video ideas, so I recommend it. Brental Floss. So Brental Floss is a lot of things, I feel. I'm not sure how I can recommend his channel. He does like random like video game content, but he's so like sporadic with it. He doesn't really upload often. It's kind of hard to tell like what direction his channel is going at any point. It's like, oh, random stuff, Fortnite song. Like a lot of his stuff is just like song videos, and it's like cool. It's like funny YouTube content. I'm sure that a lot of people like it. Brand New Sonic Reborn. So as much as I don't like to admit it, back in the late 2014 days, I was a Sonic content creator, and I interacted a lot with the Sonic community. Brand New Sonic Reborn was not one of those people that I interacted with, but one of those people that I watched a lot of content from. He just like has a bunch of good gameplay videos and just like different mods in the community, because like contrary to popular belief, like Sonic does have a really good hacking community. And with this channel, you can just see like the different mods and like PC ports that they make in the Sonic community. So that's cool. Like I figured if I need to keep up with Sonic content in some way, shape, or form, I would get it from this guy just because I watched him a lot when I was like actually in the community. So that's enough for that one. Brutal Moose is absolutely hilarious. Before he just did like funny like review videos of games, like a lot of the Humongous Entertainment stuff he's done here, like Putt Putt Pajama Sam. Recently he's moved into like random food reviews, which I think are actually even funnier than what he was originally doing, because like he just like has like this random like weird Japanese food, and like they're so mundane, but at the same time you just gotta love them because his editing style makes them engaging for some reason. I mean, I can't recommend this channel enough. Brutal Moose is amazing, particularly like the Brutal Foods series. Again, very mundane content, and I feel like a lot of you are going to kind of judge me for being like, why the hell do you like this? But I do. I mean, I like this content, and I think I would recommend it to a lot of people. So we'll put Brutal Moose on here. All right. I think I said enough about that one. Bubble Tea Frenzy. Generic anime content that everyone likes. He hasn't uploaded in forever. This video is kind of funny. At one point I considered adding it to my must-watch videos, but I don't think it holds up as well nowadays. It just like talks about the Death Note opening, how it's like misheard a lot. And it's like mini bandanas and mini bandanas and mini bandanas from England. It's like It's like cool, yeah. I guess like by this point we all know about the Death Note second opening, how it sounds like you're saying a bunch of random shit. Burgers Vivo. This is an inside joke channel. Back in late 2015, me and my friends had a chat called the Burger Chat, which is still alive in some capacity to this day. And this is just basically a dumping ground for all like the random memes that we made back in the day. These are 2 songs featuring me. So if you guys want to listen to all the big dicks and I miss dicks from the plan, go ahead and check it out. Burgers Vivo. Burn One. This is probably one of the best White Horse content creators online. Again, I'm sure you guys aren't really interested in card game content, but I mean, if you are, here you go. Burn One, White Horse content creator. Cat Icarus. I haven't seen a Cat Icarus video in such a long time, so I'm not sure if I'm really qualified to really comment too much on him, but I mean, I'm subscribed to him, and I did watch his videos at one point, and I think it's more like generic review content, but based on the thumbnails, but I can't really make too much of a judgment. Card Vanguard channel, we're just plowing through them now. It's the place where you can watch all the Card Vanguard anime, which is surprisingly okay. Like 3rd season of Card Vanguard, I've gave like a 6 or 7 on Mal, so it's not the worst thing in the world. It's pretty okay. And since I like card games, and this is one of the card games that I played pretty extensively throughout my time living. Yeah, Card Otaku Desu, another card game YouTuber. He's recently moved into like random anime unboxings, but more card games. Cool. Catgirl Research Society. I am so excited to talk about this channel. This channel is absolutely hilarious. Required viewing, required channel. Just everything from them is absolutely hilarious. And it sounds like I'm memeing here because their channel is kind of memey, but their content is just like genuinely funny. And the 2 guys that make the videos are just like, yeah, like there's no reason why we shouldn't like these people. Required viewing from this channel. There's so many things I could recommend. This is probably my favorite video from them. I'm trapped inside Hercules 1997 for the PC and I can't log out. This video is just hilarious. And I reckon it's only 3 minutes long. Just like give it a watch, and it's like probably the funniest parody of Sword Online you could ever see, and that didn't really do what I wanted to. I'm just gonna say like Hercules SAO parody. This is a way too long. That's too long of a title for me to type out. I might go back and do that, but let's be real, I probably don't give a shit. But yeah, like Catgirl Research Society is gotten to a point where I probably want to like support them on Patreon. I even added them on Twitter saying, "Hey, I love your stuff so much. I want to give you money for this type of content." So, hopefully they replied back to me and said, "Okay, listen, we're doing that soon. Keep a lookout." So, hopefully there'll be some cool like Discord rewards or something. Like something for the support that I'm giving them. But like even if not, like I just want to like funnel them money every month to make more funny stuff. Like Depression anime openings, awesome. So is the emote bento. Like I don't know, I could go through each of these videos. I've seen everything that they've made. I can go through each of them and say, okay, here's what's cool about each video, but I think it's best that you just go ahead and watch them for yourself, because any type of commentary that I could offer about these guys would not be as good as just watching them. So this is CCal. I know CCal from like the whole entire like Giancarlo Paramango drama from like forever ago. He's another Vanguard player, but like he doesn't really upload like ever. So CDVNL. So CDVNL is a member of Black Static and Swerve, which is a kind of a music type of collaboration group, mainly composed of Ryan Seawald, Static P, and his friends. When it comes to CDVNL, I've seen both of his songs. I think his name is Joe, if I'm not mistaken. His name is Joe. And I mean, his stuff's catchy, but it's not something that I would like listen on repeat. But it's clearly that he's very talented in what he does, and his music is for someone. But however, when we get to Static P, my God, we're gonna have to talk a lot about Static P. Oh man. Keiko Cat. So Keiko Cat was another anime YouTube analysis channel where she like showed up and then like left. She like made this is 6 videos, one of them being like an anime cipher meme. All of which are pretty good. I think her worst video is probably the Carboys and meta narrative one, because it's clear that like she's putting too much meaning into a let's play. For those of you who don't know, Carboys is a Polygon let's play between Griffin McElroy and Nick Robinson, and I don't know, like, watch this video. Like, I'm not gonna recommend watching this video, but like, if you were to watch this video, it's like her trying to like put a bunch of meaning into like some random let's play that like it does, like, it was created to have some meaning in the end, but like it's not as deep as she makes it out to be. But these videos are all fine, like Flip Floppers, Non-Barium Death, as well as Koi no Katachi. These are all like fine analytical videos. But like she's done. Like she stopped making videos. I think she works for like Crunchyroll now, which, I mean, all's well ends well, right? CGP Grey. I don't think I really need to explain why I'm subscribed to CGP Grey. Informational content presented in an engaging way. It's very great. Chugga Conroy, I don't really think I need to explain why I'm subscribed to Chugga Conroy. I don't watch anything that he makes anymore. That's just not what I'm about. But if I had to like recount my memories as a child, the Pikmin Let's Play, the Pikmin 1 Let's Play was so good. It's just so entertaining, and I'm not sure if I'd feel the same way about Let's Plays or just like this type of content in general nowadays, but Pikmin Let's Play, I'm kind of tempted to put it on the must-watch videos, but I don't think so. It's more of a product of its time. Cinemasker, another channel that I don't really think I have to explain. Angry Video Game Nerd, great stuff. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this, but my favorite Angry Video Game Nerd episode is Atari Sports. And every single, like, basically everything is a joke or something that builds up into a joke. And it's just the best one. It's the best Video Game Nerd episode. So, putting in the must-watch videos if you haven't seen it. Climax Combo, another Weiss Wars channel. Cool. Collective Noun. This is 3 dudes from Sydney, Australia, making really funny like sketch comedy. I wish they had more. I wish they had more subscribers, but they did. If All Star Smash Mouth was a TED Talk, which I like so much, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to put it in my must watch videos. This is funny. He basically just like shows graphs and shit about like, as the water gets warm, we might as well swim type of thing. It's great. Colossal's Crazy. I touched a bit on Colossal's Crazy, where I think that his fat jokes are a bit too excessive, and his content it's good. Don't get me wrong, but I think that people only hold it up to such a high regard because he takes forever to make content. So it's like the exposed YouTube video. And then, like a month or a year and 3 months later, just his Fuzichi Part 2. Which I think is interesting because his Fuzichi Part 1 was created, like, with the intention that Part 2 was coming out. And I think he just, like, took so long and then eventually decided, okay, I guess I'll make Part 2 because he did this random event in the Greek theater that failed. But yeah, I mean, it's good stuff. It's good commentary. Would I recommend anything from him? Like, probably the Fuzichi videos are the best and the most well done. But, like, basically everything, yeah, every single video has over 1 million views. I don't think I need to justify why people like Colossal's Crazy. Composer Illy. I thought it was always Composer Lily, but I guess it's like I Love You. He's one of these, like, funny music creators. This type of music has risen recently. And it's just like weird challenge with composing. Like, it's clear that he's a good composer based on the fact that he can make songs with these weird restrictions. So like making a song only using Sonic sounds, Mario sounds, etc. I think he also has a channel. I'm not sure if this is his video or if it's like Dylan's thing. But yeah, like one of these types of channels does a thing where they like take a look at other people's music, which I think is cool. Control the Meta, Hearthstone creator. He's probably the only one that talks about Wild at all, which is the format that I'm most interested in when it comes to Hearthstone. Searneck, more meme content. He does like air horn covers. It's like cool. Dag4, he is the current world record holder for Sonic Adventure 2, which I think is cool. Sonic Adventure 2 is probably one of my favorite types of speedruns to watch. Dario Melofrias. So this guy is... he roasted Nick Robinson's Miku documentary, and since I'm a huge Nick Robinson fan, this is how I know about him. He made a legendary video called Making Fun of That Don't Know What I'm sorry, not the Miku documentary. Don't Know What Time It Is challenge. And Nick thought it would be funny to make a reaction video to his reaction video. And by the end of it, he got around almost 2,000 subscribers. And it's like some kid making like wholesome like YouTube content. Like you can see like what kind of YouTube content this is just by looking at the thumbnails. Dark Phoenix, who the hell is this guy? We're unsubscribing. Des Reviews, a lot of Pikmin content. I'm a huge Pikmin fan, and pretty good stuff. He does like analytical like trailer analysis back when Pikmin 3 was first going to be released in. He's kept kind of strong ever since then, just like continuing to make more and more videos. So I'm sure they're all fine. I've seen, let's see, what's the most recent thing I've seen from him? Admittedly, I think it's been quite a while. His Pikmin 2 review is good. His Everything Wrong with Pikmin 2 video is fine. But yeah, I mean, does reviews, he's fine. DBS Down Under, more card game content. This is my good friend Philip McKay. He does card game videos. Deki Nosai was a Let's Play back in the day. I don't know, I just like his voice. He hasn't uploaded so long, but I mean, his voice is something that I could like sleep to. It's just like so common. It's like, hello guys, it is Deki Nosai. That's like such a bad impression of it, but Detroit Borg, another like random tech YouTuber. I haven't seen his shit in forever, but it's like, oh, you want to learn about this new cool tech thing? Sure, go on Detroit Borg. Difference in Skill is a card game YouTuber. Enough said. I'm just gonna keep on skipping through all these card game YouTubers because I honestly think you guys don't give a shit, so that's fine. Different Fight, probably the best Vanguard YouTube creator. Really good. DigiValentine does a lot of like Sega stuff. That's what I know. He has like the Who's Dat series, which just like talks about mostly Sega characters, which are just like cool. Like, oh, here's, you know, this character, he's from this game. It's just like character studies. A good video. I mean, I don't know what else to say. He doesn't like Reala from Nights into Dreams, which I don't know if you guys know this, but that's what my channel name is based off of. So I mean, he gets points off because he doesn't like the coolest antagonist of any video game ever. But I mean, whatever. Screw you, DigiValentine. Digibro. So Digibro is probably one of the most influential content creators that I've ever seen. Probably the person that I've seen the most content from. I don't consume all of this stuff because a lot of it is like super unscripted, not really interesting. But anytime he actually like sits down and writes a script, it's going to be pretty cool. I'm currently patroning Digi, so if that means anything to you, I'm only patroning 4 people currently, or I'm about to be patroning 4. And I wish I could say something about Digibro's content that hasn't already been said. I think he's simply just the best in the game for anime analysis content, and while his stuff sometimes is kind of like pandery to the mainstream, he is very experimental with his content. Like, you look at his content from any different year, and he is willing to adapt to what the YouTube market is willing to look at. And recently, he has been moving in a new direction with his channel, where it's been kind of less anime, and he just talks about like, I don't know why I'm getting tired. I guess that's what happens when it's 10 p.m. and you've been recording for an hour. I'm only in the D's. Oh my god, please end me. But yeah, this is Digibro. Nice. Cool stuff. Digibro After Dark. This is all of his random unscripted content. Nice. I still watch it. Like, some of these videos are actually really interesting. DMHS. DMAX. Yeah, wait. First of all, we gotta put our boy Digibro in here. Is there a specific video I recommend from him? I don't think there's like a specific video that stands out to me. Yep. We're moving on. DMAX. So DMAX is someone that I've known for quite a long time, but when he actually made videos, he probably was my favorite commentary channel. Too bad he kind of left those days behind him, but I mean, probably like just one of my favorite YouTube channels, like, period. Unfortunately, I don't think he gets the recognition that he deserves given the amount of effort that he puts into them, and he's had some attempts to go ahead and make new content, but like, this is like the real stuff. When he used to make this stuff. So like the Katie Triggers Me videos are hilarious. So is the Keemstar video. Just like, he's very level-headed and down to earth when it comes to like his videos and how he presents himself online in these type of videos. So I mean, I can't really recommend his channel enough. I'll put him in this list, even though he hasn't made anything recently. I just think his stuff from back in the day is just so damn good that you need to just really understand it and appreciate it for what it truly is. This is his live channel. He goes live sometimes. Cool. Demolition D. We are putting him straight in here. He's known as like the god of the YouTube anime community. And if you like anime whatsoever, you need to listen. You need to watch this and his, let's see, Super Serious Spring Season First Impressions is probably my favorite video from him. I think it's a must-watch. But you watch anything from Demolition D, you will understand what all the hype is about. Dragalia Foundry. So Dragalia Foundry makes some pretty good Dragalia Lost content, and if you like Dragalia Lost, this is probably a channel that you've seen around before. Dragon's Roost is my personal podcast that is currently on a hiatus, or it's ended. I don't know yet. I still gotta figure that out, but I was in basically every episode of the show, excluding episode 3, so I mean, if you want to listen to me talk about Dragalia Lost, you can do that. Drama Alert, who isn't subscribed to Drama Alert, is the real question. Colin PhD. I admittedly haven't seen his stuff, but he makes a lot of niche like Japanese like video game reviews, and people are a big fan of what he does. So sure, I trust those people that have those opinions, so I'll trust that this guy is a good YouTube channel. Dreamcube, it's a bit of a meme. It's a bit of a meme started by Blue Kokiri and Asian Yoshi and Koopa Attack, and just all the funny people that used to be in our community. This is where we were at. Dreamcube announcement, collab channel. This is the other music channel that I was talking about. He's very similar to composer Illy. I don't know which one came first. I honestly don't care. Just does some random music stuff, and to the uninitiated, this random music stuff looks really cool. Ego Raptor, who isn't really subscribed to Ego Raptor, moving on. M. Benny, he made some pretty good Sonic analysis videos for the time, and I don't know if he actually makes stuff anymore, but it's basically all Sonic analysis. Venture vs. Boost gameplay, update, best of Sonic formula, sure. Amino, who is this? Oh, yeah, so Amino is the person that made the like honest anime trailers. I'm not sure if they're still around, but those were pretty funny at the time. Emplement. So Emplement is probably one of my favorite YouTubers. He is just an interesting person, and he presents his video ideas in such a way where you just gotta like it. So like his Leafy Was Here YouTube Geographic is probably a must watch video for me. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. Oh god. Let's put that in there. Let me actually copy and paste it this time. We did it. Oh yeah. Alright, must watch video. This is basically just a documentary on how YouTube, or how Leafy Is Here kind of like rose up to grace in a way, and was able to stay there for such a long time, and how he eventually was able to crash down harder than anyone. Endless Jess, he is another member of the Procrastinators podcast. I admittedly have not seen as much work from him as I would want to, but people love him. Like the people, he has a very like cult following, and the people who like his content really like his content. And even though he isn't like super big, he has 25 grand in terms of subscribers, he's still able to support himself just because there is a specific niche community that is willing to support his work. So I think that's pretty cool. Envy Bird, she did Shadowverse content. I don't even know if she uploads anymore. Yeah, she doesn't. Waffles Minion, more generic review content. I think I'm probably unsubscribing from this channel. Again, I just kind of fell out of love with this like top 10 type of shit. Like, I don't want to watch top 10 robots, top 10 Nintendo 64 games. Like, I don't think I care about your opinion, man. Like, I actually don't. Probably the best Pokemon unboxing channel on YouTube, or like, I guess he does Magic now. I don't know. It doesn't matter. He's like, he actually has a personality, and he likes to draw and shit, and that's cool as shit. F-Sock, so this is a collaboration channel that I was briefly a part of, and this content is really, really enjoyable. I was happy to be involved in this channel at least for a little bit, and a lot of it's really engaging, and it's just like a group channel with a bunch of engaging commentators. More card game shit. This is the Buddy Fight channel with all the anime episodes. Gaijin Goomba, where to start? He just talks about a bunch of cool Japan stuff. Particularly his dating sim game in like Hikikomori lifestyle was the first video that kind of introduced me to that kind of like thinking and mentality. I don't know, he like converted me into an honorary like weeb, so thanks, Goomba. Game Grumps, I honestly don't think I have to describe. Games as literature. So, Games as Literature has a series where he just like describes games as if they're literature. They are disgustingly well made. I think I might even make his The Ones with You series required viewing. Is there a specific video? I guess I'll just like do like I'll link part 1. And you can like decide for yourself if you want to see it. Here we go. Okay. Gashog, he'd like try to do like a Demolition D type of thing, and it was okay. It's like, here, like this comment probably describes it perfectly. It was like a drug comment. Yeah. This describes the content perfectly. This video is like a weaker dose of drugs, so I'm an addict and will take the best I can get. So he's like Diet Demolition D, which I mean, I guess someone needs to fill in the shoes. So yeah, this is gonna be part 1 of this video. I've gone through quite a bit, probably around 100 channels, so we got a few still to go. I guess it gets less and less as time goes on, but that being said, it's probably going to be like a 2 or 3 part video, and if you've stuck around with me for this long, thanks, and you'll be seeing more of these on my channel.